Bros. This is the All Bros podcast. I'm Caleb.
And I'm Jonathan.
And we are a couple of aspiring filmmakers that love to watch and critique movies, but also enjoy a bit of the nerd life. This week on the podcast, in Adventures in Hunting, we got some new pop figures. We got a pretty decent amount.
My wallet already hurts.
Yeah, no joke. Yeah, so we got a bunch of new Venomized superheroes. We got some flocked cartoons, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, flocked cartoons.
Yeah.
We got some new figures for the movie Mulan, not the cartoon version, the live-action version. We also got some new figures for the next Trolls movie.
Trolls World Tour, I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, whatever that's called. And we also got a shit ton of Birds of Prey figures coming our way. In Blu-rays, we only got one. We're just going to talk about Joker.
Even though it came out last week, but we still want to talk about it.
Yeah. Moving on to this week's sneak peeks. So, okay, first off, I think we should address that we're changing a couple things in the new year.
Yep. New year, new us.
Yeah. So, we are not going to be doing movie news anymore. I feel like I personally listen to a ton of different podcasts that talk about news and stuff. And it's basically just like readdressing whatever I hear, and I feel like I just kind of repeat what I hear. So I'm not about copying or stealing from other people, so we're going to not do that altogether.
So let's have a moment of silence for Through the Wall. Okay, let's get back to it.
Yep, so yeah, the only thing we're going to do is Adventures in Hunting, this week's sneak peeks, what's in the box, and then our main event.
Yep.
So getting into this week's sneak peeks, we have 3 new trailers. One for A Quiet Place Part 2, Birds of Prey, and the fantabulous emancipation of Harley Quinn. Of one Harley
Quinn.
Gosh, that's a mouthful.
Yeah.
Birds of Prey. And we also got a kind of a surprise trailer for the New Mutants.
Honestly, I don't know about you, but I feel they should have just called the Birds of Prey movie Harley Quinn the movie. Oh, and the Birds of Prey are also in it.
I guess.
Yeah, right. I guess.
Yep. And then Rose is going to update us on what's in the box this week. And then for our main event of the evening and our 100th episode, we are going to be breaking down Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, boy.
We are doing a video game breakdown, which we're going to try and do each 50 episodes.
Yep.
So
with a good time.
What the hell was that? That was like Foghorn Leghorn right there.
I honestly don't know.
All right, well, let's say we get into it.
Let's do it.
Alright, first off in Adventures in Hunting, we got a shit ton of new pops. And it's not usually like spread out like we usually see them. It's like big chunks of new figures.
Yes.
So the first group the first batch, I'll call them, figures that we're going to talk about is some new Venomized heroes. So hold on. I don't have this pulled up.
I already got it pulled up.
Okay, so take it away, Rose.
Thank you. All right, so first up, this was actually just announced today. We're getting a blue version of the Venomized Ghost Rider, and of course that's coming to Walmart because the first one wasn't hard to find at all.
I've seen it around.
Really? I've never seen it in person.
Really?
Yeah.
It looks really cool. I never picked it up, but I kind of want this blue one.
You should have picked it up for me.
Well, I didn't know you wanted it. I thought it was something you already had.
I know. Alright, with other Venomized Pops, there is so freaking many of these things. Holy shit. Alright, first up, we got a 10-inch Venomized Baby Groot. I don't love it. I actually don't even like it.
It's not great.
It looks dumb. Moving on, we got the one that I need so much, and it is already a contender for Pop of the Year for me of 2020.
Dude, it is freaking January.
I don't care. It is still going to be a contender for my Pop of 2020, and that is the Venomized Hot Topic exclusive Green Goblin.
That one's pretty badass. That one is
So
way badass.
Beautiful. I'm going to cry. All right, after that, we got the Venomized Ultron, or Ultron. How the hell do you ever say
Ultron.
Well, people say Ultron.
People are wrong. It's Ultron. It's a U, not ALL.
Yeah. And then, I don't know who that is. Is that Venomized Punisher?
Yep.
Okay. That one looks... It's simple, but I like it.
It is simple. It kind of reminds me of Agent Venom.
It kind of does. I agree.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of that. I feel like they could have done a little bit more with that. But
they could, but...
whatever.
At least it's a common, so you can find it for pretty cheap if you want it.
Yeah.
Then we got Venomized Doctor Strange. I'm not a big fan of this one.
Let me see that one.
It kind of looks a little too messy.
It is. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big fan of the mustache. It feels very Wario to me.
It does.
Like, I think if they would take the mustache off...
Yeah. Can you...
And keep, like, not the beard...
Yeah.
Like, make it not look like it's supposed to be a beard... I think that would look pretty badass.
Can you just... Actually, I kind of see him more as like a Waluigi. So it'd be like...
Yeah.
You could just imagine me like, wow, Dormammu, I've come to bargain. That was the best Waluigi I could do.
That was pretty solid.
Well, thank you. All right, next up we got the normal-sized Venomized Baby Groot. Still not a fan.
No, it's like, let me see that one. It is basically, yeah, it is no joke. It is just the exact same freaking like Baby Groot figure.
Yeah.
But just with like half of it covered in like this Venom stuff.
Yeah.
Like at least some of these other ones, like
most of these, it's a brand new sculpt.
Yeah, it's a brand new. This one looks like they just took the same sculpt and just threw stuff over it.
They're just like, oh, who's got black and white paint? Here we go.
It's kind of lazy.
It is. Next up, we got a Walmart exclusive, which is, I don't know what that's supposed to be.
I think that's the anti-Venom Spider-Man.
That looks badass, and I kind of need that.
It does look really, really cool. So it's like white. Like, it's kind of like if you would see the black Spider-Man.
Okay.
Just like the colors are inverted.
Oh, okay.
It's really cool.
That
really
is
badass.
Cool. Okay. Next up, I want to say that's the Venomized Miles Morales. What? I just want to make sure. I want to make sure.
No. The black and red Spider-Man, that's not Miles Morales. You're freaking dumb.
I wanted to make sure. Kiss my ass, okay? And then, is this supposed to be Venomized like Captain Marvel?
That's what I thought. You can't really tell. Like, this looks like Storm.
It does, but I'm just, the only other character I can think that has like a mohawk is Captain Marvel.
Yeah. Like, the only thing that kind of maybe gives it away a little bit is the foot.
Yeah, just the red and blue boot. And pants.
But that's not a really big giveaway either.
No, it's not. So
it seriously just looks like they took the skull of, or the head of Venomized Storm.
Oh yeah, it absolutely does. Okay, so that's it for Venomized. Next up, Mulan. For the new movie. Got her in her classic red warrior outfit with her sword.
Why'd you say it like that?
I don't know. I just wanted to say it like that. And then, I don't know what kind of outfit this is, like her classic Chinese. I think
it's just like her normal clothes. It looks like kind of like a teal-ish looking, like a really light teal.
Yeah.
apron-ish looking thing.
Yeah.
And then like a pink shirt underneath with just some basic pants.
I'll fully admit I kind of do want that one.
That one's really cool.
That one.
I'm not going to make any judgments until I see the movie.
That's fair. When does this movie come out again? March? Or is it April?
Oh, I'll look that up while you talk about the next one.
All right. Next up, we got a flocked Garfield and a flocked Sylvester and Tweety, which will be exclusive to Target because, of course, they have to be exclusive to Target. And I want both of these. Mostly Garfield. I really want Garfield. I mean, I love Sylvester and Tweety, but if I could only choose one, I'm picking Garfield. What about you?
Gosh, I want Tweety, but I don't want Sylvester.
What do you got against Sylvester?
I don't like Sylvester.
I don't think you're supposed to like Sylvester because he's always trying to eat Tweety.
I don't know. Some people like Sylvester.
I like Sylvester.
I mean, some people are wrong, but...
Well, aren't you the all-knowing of Looney Tunes?
I mean, I actually didn't watch Looney Tunes all that often when I was younger.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you ever watch, have you seen, like, Space Jam?
No.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, have you seen Looney Tunes Back in Action?
Yes.
Okay. Horrible movie.
It is. It's not great.
But you get some pretty funny parts with the Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
Like, I love when Daffy is, like, Bugs is, like, trying to signal what is the Martian's name?
Marvin the Martian?
Yeah, Marvin the Martian, thank you. He's like trying to signal him to roll down his window, and he actually does. He's like, oh, well, what do you know? He actually did it. I guess I owe you $5. So there's like some gem parts in there, but it's only with the Looney Tunes.
Yeah. So Looney Tunes was something I was allowed to watch, but I couldn't because
That's honestly shocking.
Really?
Yeah, because of Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote.
Well, that was stuff my mom and dad grew up on, so they knew what it was about. It was more than newer stuff that was coming out, I mean, they let me watch Jimmy Neutron, but like Fairly Odd Parents, SpongeBob.
Okay, they won't let you watch Fairly Odd Parents, but they'll let you watch a coyote get crushed by.
Okay, well, listen before you start judging.
I'm not judging.
They said I was allowed to, but our cable package did not include Cartoon Network.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, until much, much later, and then there was like other shows on that I.
Who was your cable provider?
At the time, I think it was Dish.
Well, that was your first mistake.
Well, it was also back in 2003.
Okay, fine, I'll give you that.
Yeah, so we got some Disney
Dish
shows.
sucks.
We got some Nick shows. Like, it was so weird. Like, there was two different Nick channels, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of them didn't work, but the other one did.
I think I remember that.
Yeah, I don't know why. And then we didn't get Cartoon Network, and then we also didn't get Boomerang. We had Boomerang for the longest time, and then it just stopped, and I was so pissed.
No, not Scooby Doo.
Yeah, so those Cartoon Network-y kind of shows, now they're all kind of bundled together in Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch any of those for the longest time, and then once we did get that, I moved on to more grown-up shows.
Were they really that grown up?
You know what? Shut up.
Hey, I'm just saying. I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
In retrospect, no, they were not more grown up.
Moved on to Avengers and Marvel superhero shows, didn't you?
Yeah. That was one that I watched a lot. The 90s Spider-Man. I loved that show.
That was a great show.
I've been rewatching it. I'm almost caught up. I've almost watched them all.
Really quick, I just want to add something. So, So my birthday is on New Year's Eve, and I came over to Caleb's to hang out that night, and we watched quite a bit of episodes of what was it called? The Avengers.
Avengers United, They Stand.
Yeah, and wow, that show was so bad. If that was my first introduction to Hawkeye, he probably would have been my least favorite like superhero ever, because that show does not understand Clint Barton in the slightest.
Not even a little bit.
Yeah, and it pisses me off so much.
We're gonna have to we're gonna have to make videos of us watching that.
Yes,
our comments I think are funnier than the show. Like, they don't understand quips.
No, they don't. And honestly, like, the best part of like watching it was just hearing Caleb say like every 5 minutes, Avengers.
Because, dude, like, okay, if you have not seen the show, they straight up do a Power Rangers suit up thing.
Yeah.
Like, they have their normal suits that they wear around the Avengers mansion, and then when they go on a mission or whatever, they like have these metallic things that come around them and basically make like a even more super powered version.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, like right before the thing ends, it's just like Avengers.
There's so much to hate about that show. And then they have like an Avengers token, and that's how you get it's blah. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a badge, but it's also like on their belt buckle for some reason. And oh my gosh, everything's so wrong with that show.
It really is. Okay, but let's move on to like happy stuff. All right, so next up we got the Trolls World Tour line. Oh my gosh, I like totally am drawing a brain fart from the names of these characters.
That's good because I don't remember their names either.
Can I just say Anna Kendrick's character?
Yep.
Okay. So we got Anna Kendrick's character. We got Justin Timberlake's character. And he has a chase.
A bullshit chase.
Yeah. The comment he's happy, the chase he's mad. Or sad, whatever.
So dumb.
That's so lazy. Then we got the new rock chick troll. I don't know what they're called. The glitter troll, but I guess is that a pocket pop? Like one, don't these look the same? Oh wait, no, never mind, they're different.
Yeah, what's his name? Little Diamond?
Oh
Tiny
yeah,
Diamond?
Yeah, whatever.
Or just Tiny or something.
And then we got
the only reason I know that is because they play that clip over and over, and it's like when he's rapping.
Yeah. And then we got, I don't know even what the hell to call that.
That's the techno troll.
Oh, that's the techno troll. Okay. Yeah. Caleb, you know more about this movie than I do.
Dude, you don't know how many times I've seen the trailers because of freaking YouTube. It won't let me skip them.
All right, and then also with that line, we got the Party City exclusive, which none of us out here in Utah can get because all we got's Partyland.
Freaking dumb.
There's not one in Salt Lake.
We didn't want it anyway.
I don't think there's one in Salt Lake City, is there?
Nope.
Okay. So literally, if you want this and you live in Utah, you're going to have to go online. Hopefully they put it online.
They probably won't.
Yeah, I don't care anyway. And then for the Techno Troll, we're getting a glow-in-the-dark exclusive to Michaels.
That one's cool.
That one is cool.
That one is way cool. Like, that's one of the figures where glow-in-the-dark would work really well.
Yes, I agree. And then last, but certainly not least, we got the Birds of Prey line, which, holy shit, there's a lot on this one.
Yeah, there's a ton.
If you thought there was a lot of Harley Quinn pops for Suicide Squad, wow, you were mistaken.
How many did they release for Suicide Squad?
I think it was like 5 or 6.
5 or 6? Shit.
Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 so far.
Oh, jeez.
I'm going to touch on...
You know there's going to be a billion more when the movie comes out.
That's why I said I'm going to touch upon so far. All right, so first up, we got the box lunch exclusive Harley Quinn. I think it's like Broken Hearted Harley Quinn, where she's got her hyena, and she's holding ice cream, and she's wearing a rocket onesie.
Yep.
I was tempted to pick that up. I still might. And then we got the Hot Topic exclusive Harley Quinn, where she's holding a hammer, and she's wearing roller skates and a yellow jumpsuit.
Pretty killer.
Yep. And then we got the specialty series Harley Quinn, where she's going like under disguise, and she's got a coat, glasses, and a fedora on. I don't think that's a fedora. What kind of hat is that?
So it's kind of like a sun hat.
Okay, yeah, that's true. It is a sun hat. And then she's also wearing a pink headpiece. I don't know what they're called. Like you like tie them in a knot around your. I don't know what the hell they're called.
I don't know, like a scarf.
Yes, that's the word I was looking for. Thank you.
We know English sometimes.
And then after that, we got some more Harley Quinn. We got Harley Quinn wearing her caution tape jacket, which I've seen this one up close. Funko killed it with that one. It like you can actually see through that whole jacket.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they could have just done that white something. No, they went the extra mile with that.
Well played, Funko.
Yep. And then we got Harley Quinn with Beaver wearing a tutu.
What?
Yeah, the Beaver's wearing a tutu.
Weird.
Yeah. And then she's wearing just a shirt that says Harley all over it. Then we got Harley Quinn roller derby, where her helmet is very interesting because her ponytails are taped to the helmet. And it's covered in caution tape. But I'm interested to see that in the movie.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I think this movie, I think we're giving the movie shit because of its name. It doesn't look bad.
It doesn't.
And we'll get into it once we talk about the trailer, but it doesn't look bad, but it's just the name that kind of ruins it.
It does, because, like, I don't know. It just sucks that, like, basically, it should literally be called Harley Quinn the movie. Like, it doesn't really have a lot to do with the Birds of Prey.
Yeah, as far as we're aware. I mean, hell, the Birds of Prey, like, everything that Harley Quinn's in, we might have already seen, for all we freaking know.
Can you imagine that? It's like, wow, so this movie is Birds of Prey. I mean, I'm kind of hate you that you spoiled everything of Harley Quinn, but you know what? Good on you, Warner Brothers.
It's like, I would be genuinely surprised.
Yeah.
Be like, okay, ballsy. Use Harley Quinn to draw us in and freaking trick us.
I don't know what she's wearing. She kind of looks like Gypsy Harley Quinn. I don't know why, but that kind of looks like a Gypsy Harley Quinn.
It kind of does.
Yeah, but she's holding a drink. And that's literally all I got.
That's all the Harley Quinn?
Yep, those are all the Harley Quinns.
Okay. What about the other ones?
Well, next up, you got the Ewan McGregor character. I don't know his name.
He's Black Mask.
That's what it is.
Yeah, so there's a version of him where he's wearing a white suit, and then there's a version where he's wearing like a black and gold suit, and that's the Chase.
Yes.
Other than that, I think that's seriously like every figure.
Well, no, you said the other Birds of Prey.
They had a Huntress.
Yeah, and then I don't know.
And a Black Canary.
That's who it is.
It kind of spoils.
Oh, it does?
A little bit.
Shit.
So
don't tell me then.
No, like one of them. So the one you thought was like Gypsy.
Yeah.
It's Harley Quinn Black Mask Club.
Oh, okay.
And then there's Huntress. And hers, I don't even know. How can you call that Huntress? Like, she doesn't even, like, we haven't even seen her with a bow.
Or like a crossbow. We've seen her shoot a crossbow, I thought, in the trailer.
Did she? I don't remember that.
I mean, I think she would be a lot cooler if she actually shot a real bow.
Yeah, so that one's Entertainment Earth exclusive.
Shit.
And then there's Black Canary, and that's a booby trap battle. Okay. And she's holding Harley Quinn's bat. So okay. I think all of those. So there's the Harley Quinn with the caution tape. And that's Harley Quinn with caution tape, the Black Mask Club Harley Quinn and Beaver, Harley Quinn roller derby, then Black Canary booby trap battle, Huntress, Roman Sionis, however you pronounce his name. Yeah. So Black Mask and the Black Mask Chase are all Entertainment Earth exclusives.
What?
That's what it says.
Yeah, but a YouTube video I watched, the guy said that he just picked them all up mostly at Hot Topic.
Oh. Well, maybe this picture's wrong.
They do it to where, because they did it with Avengers Endgame, to where you can buy the comic from Entertainment Earth and it comes with a collectible card.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they're not exclusive, but you can get ones with cards from Entertainment Earth.
Okay. Yeah, so that's all the Birds of Prey figures coming out right now. And then they have like some with like that card like you were talking about.
Yeah.
The cards are dumb.
It is. I was tempted to buy a Hawkeye one, but I decided not to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that covers everything we got in pop figures.
I would say so.
In Blu-rays, the only Blu-ray that we got is Joker. So that came out last week.
Yep.
From when we're recording.
Yes.
Or did it come out this week?
It came out this week.
It came out this
but
week as of when we're recording, which is, if you're listening to this on Monday, it was the Thursday before the Monday that you're on right now.
So
that was confusing.
Okay, so how about we just say the day that it was released?
Sure, that will work.
I feel that would be a lot easier. So, the Joker was released on Blu-ray on January 7th.
Yes, and it is the 9th right now.
Yes. And of course, I bought it. I bought the Best Buy exclusive Steelbook, and I was in a frantic for a minute because I checked it, I think, Monday night, and it said sold out, not available within 250 miles. I'm like, oh shit, like people already like pre-ordered it and like did like store pickup and everything. So I showed up to AF Best Buy right when they opened with a chance, hoping that they still had some, and they had, I think, 6 on the shelf. This thing was so limited. Like, stores only got about 10 copies. And so by the time I left that store, there were, I think, about 4. I had to come back an hour later to return something, and there was only 2 left.
Jeez.
And I think by 2 o'clock that day, there wasn't one within 250 miles of me that was available. And then that night, it sold out online. So this thing flew. And I am so glad that I was able to pick it up. Funny story about this. So I Snapchatted Caleb a video of me showing it off, and I'm just like, I used to think my life was a tragedy, but it turns out it was a comedy, and I showed him that, and he's just like, dude, I thought you were gonna take that in a completely different direction.
Yeah, I thought you were going to get real deep on me. It's like, it's early. I'm not sure I'm ready for this.
Wow. Supposed to be ready for your bro's emotional state 24/7.
Hey, I'm not saying I wouldn't have gotten ready.
All right, fair.
Yeah, so that was the only Blu-ray we got. Moving on to this week's sneak peeks. First thing we're going to talk about is A Quiet Place Part 2.
I'm so confused because I've never seen the first one.
Yeah.
What happened to John Krasinski? He died, didn't he? Damn it.
I didn't even say anything.
I just had a feeling. I should have known when he wasn't in the trailer. Like, why wouldn't he be in the movie?
Yeah.
Does he go out
Spoiler alert.
Oh, sorry. Does he go out fast?
He goes out in that really epic way.
Okay.
I think A Quiet Place is on Hulu right now.
Well, I own it. I just haven't watched it yet.
Well, get on it.
I know. I need to.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Okay.
I think you definitely missed out on the experience.
Yeah, I know. I gotta see this one in theaters.
Yeah. So that one came out in 2018.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that was. I think that was on my top 5.
Yeah,
list
it was.
of 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this one, it's just the rest of the family kind of going about their day. Apparently, they can drive now. They can like move on and whatever.
And I swore, I don't know why, the kid that was sitting up front sounded like Gaten Matarazzo. But it's not, but still, like, that kid should use that to his advantage.
Yeah. So the thing that confuses me about this trailer is that there were only supposed to be, at least from the continuity that they put in the first one, there were only supposed to be 3 of the monsters in, like, the U.S. area.
Okay.
So I thought it was just 3 kind of terrorizing the world or whatever, but it wasn't. So apparently there's more, and they found a way to kill him. It's just a big old pain in the ass.
I feel I don't have to see the movie anymore. You just spoiled it for me.
Well, it's a good movie to watch. Just
I'm
like
kidding.
when you see like the creativity that John Krasinski had.
So, but like, should I have headphones on?
I would.
Okay. All right.
And I would also probably do it when no one's home.
You son of a bitch. Are you trying to make me wet myself?
No, it's just if there are people making noise, it just kind of detracts from it. Yeah.
Okay.
So, like I said, I would try to do it when no one's home.
Okay.
But yeah, it was a good trailer.
Yeah, I mean, considering I haven't seen the first one, I'm actually pretty hyped for the second one.
Yeah, I'm interested to see where they take this because I felt they ended the first one amazingly.
But you know, Hollywood, everything needs a sequel.
Yeah, no joke. But yeah, I mean, I don't know where they're going to take it. Apparently, they meet up with some more like civilization, and they leave their little farmhouse and whatever. Apparently, shortly after, because that baby's still really small, like because she had the baby in the first one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that.
What was that?
It's intense.
Oh.
Like, I'm just talking about, like, how they did that scene.
Oh, okay. All right, I get you now.
Yeah, so... I mean, I don't know where they could take this that's going to feel realistic in the world. I hope that it's kind of better.
Yeah, and I hope that it actually showcases why this movie needed a sequel.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's what we get. The next trailer we're going to talk about is Birds of Prey. Trailer number 2.
Yes.
This one was freaking awesome.
This was pretty great. I'm pretty excited for this movie now.
So I went to go see Knives Out last night, and this was that's where I saw this trailer for the first time.
Really? They showed it in that late of... That's kind of shocking considering that movie's been out for a while.
I know. I think they replaced the trailers.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, but super good. Super solid. Like, when I saw that it was Birds of Prey, I'm like, okay, what's this going to be? And it ended up surprising me. Like, it made me laugh.
Yeah, it got
me really excited for the movie.
Yeah. And I love that finally get to see Black Mask. Where's Black Mask?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. I was so afraid that they weren't going to do that.
Yeah.
I was going to be mad because that's like his staple.
Kind of like Baron von Zemo not wearing his mask in Civil War.
Yeah. I think they're making up for it because he's wearing it in the show.
That's a good point. Very good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really have much to say about everything else. I think this is very, very much going to be a Harley-based focused movie.
It is. And then we're going to wedge in the Birds of Prey.
The Birds of Prey, I'm not impressed with even a little bit.
I get they're trying to like modernize them, but I don't know. They don't look like... I don't understand why they're like called that. Like, you know, you call Huntress because she shoots a crossbow. Well, anyone could do that. Like, so why did she get the name Huntress?
Yeah. Like, which is weird. So the only one that's like a bird is Black Canary.
Yeah, that's true.
Then there's the girl who's supposed to be Batwoman. Bats aren't birds. Huntress. I don't know what the how you can get a bird out of that. And who's the last one?
I honestly don't know.
Yeah, I think there's only one person with a bird name.
Yeah, I think so too. I'll admit, though, the beginning was pretty funny that when it's basically showcased, at least that's what it looks like, that Harley Quinn just killed Joker.
I don't think that's what happened.
Really? It kind of looks like it.
No, I think she blew up Ace Chemicals.
Oh.
Like, I think that's all that really happened.
But what if he was in there?
I doubt it.
Oh.
I don't know if they would do that.
So I'm just wondering, like, I feel like they need to maybe like write him out in like not like a strong way, but in a way that makes sense.
I don't think they need to touch him again.
Really?
Yeah. I think they just need to leave Joker alone for a tad.
Yeah.
Release the Batman movie, and just kind of like hit a refresh button on the DCEU. Or not even like have any movies that are like in continuity with each other.
Okay. Or, we could always just get a Joker 2. I'm just kidding. I don't want a Joker 2.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd like that. I don't really know what else to say about this trailer. It was exciting. It just kind of like confirmed how excited I am for the movie.
Yeah.
Didn't really make me more, didn't make me less.
Yeah. I mean, and the ending with her hyena and naming him Bruce, that was pretty great.
Yeah, that was pretty good. The last trailer that we're going to talk about is for The New Mutants, which was originally supposed to come out in 2017.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely shows because you can looking at Stranger Things season 3 and then looking at this movie, the actor that plays Jonathan, he's definitely grown up a little bit.
Yep. Yeah, he definitely has. Dude, I want to know what the actors are thinking with this.
Yeah, I know, right?
About freaking time. I mean, I don't think it matters for them because they got paid for it. I
don't even know how that works. Like, I would assume
they have to pay them for their time.
True, they did. Yeah, that's true.
It's just so they paid for the filming. I don't know if they haven't paid for like going out and doing press.
Yes.
So I think they'll. I mean, actually, this comes out in April.
Yeah, so I don't even know if Disney's going to do any press for this movie.
Ooh, that's going to be rough.
Yeah.
I think if they do, they're going to do like late night shows, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like, I think they're going to call it good at Fallon, Kimmel, and just maybe Corden, and
that's
just
it.
Call it a day. They're like, well, we did our part.
Yep. Go see the movie, please.
Yeah. So reportedly, Disney just kind of backed away from this and just told the director, just do what you want with it. And the director's kind of excited about it. He's just like, awesome. Like, Fox was kind of getting in my way with this shit. And so now Disney...
I wonder when that happened. Fantastic Four.
Yeah. So Disney now is going to basically has a no-lose situation on their hands. If the movie does well, they're just like, yeah, because we let the guy do whatever he wants. And if the movie fails, then he's like, yeah, because we let the director do whatever he wants.
So either who directed this?
Ooh, good question. The director is Josh Boone.
Okay, so either, depending on how this movie performs, his career is either saved or it's in the shitter.
Yeah, let's see what else he's done. Oh, shit. He did The Fault in Our Stars.
Okay, then he's fine then. He'll make movies again.
Yeah, he will.
Is there anything else?
He's done a few others, but I don't know them. So, like, the biggest one that stuck out was Fault in Our Stars.
Okay.
Yeah, other than that, like, just like smaller stuff.
All right. Overall, though, very good trailer. Got me pretty hyped. Because I honestly don't even remember the first trailer. It came out so long ago.
Yeah, no joke.
I mean, honestly, I can definitely tell that this movie was made back in 2017. I mean, it's kind of a given.
It's kind of scary how much it's aged.
Yeah, right? But I am still excited for this, and I'll definitely check it out.
Yeah. I really like the superhero horror genre that they've been doing. Like, I'm excited for them to do that with Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Even though it just lost its director?
Yeah.
That really sucks.
Yep. I haven't seen Brightburn yet, but I want to watch that because I love the like how horror, like with horror, we've seen normal people handle horror scenarios.
Yeah.
We've never seen superheroes handle horror scenarios. And that's what this whole thing is, that they're living their nightmare. And I love that.
Dude, I can just imagine if, like, Freddy, Jason, Michael, especially Chucky, had super speed. And they could just go... stab so many people.
Dude, some of these guys actually do.
That's true.
It just shows like they're walking.
Yeah, I can't count how many times I've seen the meme. It doesn't matter how fast you run, Michael Myers or Jason can walk faster.
Yep.
It's true. But can you imagine if, like, Chucky had super speed?
That'd be dope.
That'd be so funny.
Yeah, this movie looks pretty solid.
It does.
It looks like it's going to be like they just kind of jump head first into freaking horror. And I'm really excited to see this.
Yeah, I applaud them for trying something different. So.
Yeah. I kind of applaud Disney for letting this just go where it will.
Yeah. Now, if only Disney could have done that for J.J. Abrams with The Rise of Skywalker, but that's Star Wars.
I'm hoping. I mean, I never want any movie to fail, but I hope
I do sometimes.
Well, you're an asshole.
You know.
I don't want movies to fail.
Yeah.
Or especially Disney movies. Because, I mean, duh. But I don't want this one to fail because I feel if Disney sees that something that they've done or that they've let a director just kind of handle on his own.
Yeah.
See that kind of, I want it to succeed like hard. So Disney can be like, hey, we kind of backed off and it worked out in our favor. Like, maybe we should do this more often. Like, I'm hoping that's what comes of it.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
That'd be great.
Okay, in my defense, whenever I want a movie to fail, it usually doesn't. And also, the director's a dick, so...
Okay, well, like, what's one movie that you've wanted to fail?
Well, okay, it hasn't come out yet, but I literally want every James Cameron movie now to fail. Well, Terminator did, so there's that.
James can't... yeah, he's kind of a dick.
Yeah. After all of the shit that he said about Avengers Endgame and how it doesn't deserve... Yeah, he can just kiss my ass.
Yeah, I want people to release good movies because I love going to see a good movie and being surprised by a movie.
Me too.
I think there's not very many left of us that like just go to the movies to go see a movie.
True. It's very true.
Like I know I'm like the worst like risk taker when it comes to movies. I'm like, what if this sucks? But whenever I'm like home and like see a list of movies that I've been meaning to watch, I'll watch them all. Like I'll power through them, and I'm usually pleasantly surprised by all of them.
Nice.
I mean, there's very few where I haven't been like super surprised or disappointed.
Well, you are a good man, Charlie Brown.
Screw you. Okay, so 1 out of 3 for these movies.
Birds of Prey, number 1. Number 2, New Mutants, and then just because I haven't seen the first one, Quiet Place Part 2 for number 3.
Yeah, I'm the same with you. Quiet Place Part 2 is number 3.
Oh, but you flip-flop it?
I flip-flop it. I'm really excited for New Mutants.
Flip-flopping.
Flip-flopping?
Yeah, you flip-flopping?
Whatever. Yeah, I'm really excited for New Mutants.
It does look really good. And I can understand why it's your number 1, but I'm just really excited to see Margot Robbie back as Harley Quinn. So
yeah. I still have my hesitations with Birds of Prey, and that's just because they're calling it Birds of Prey and not Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
And I'm just hoping that it makes sense.
I'm just wondering, what's the longest movie title ever? Because I feel that's in the running for it.
Oh, that has to be.
Birds of Prey and the
We'll have to do some research on that.
And the Fabulous Emancipation of
Fantabulous
Emancipation of one Harley Quinn, right?
Yep.
Okay. That's a mouthful.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's our top 3, and that's this week's sneak peek. So let's move on to what's in the box.
Yeah, where Cats just keeps going down the shitter. Cat box. I don't know.
Well, we already have an official grade for that, so it doesn't matter now.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying. Well, I'm not talking grade. I'm just talking box office. All right, let's see. So at number 1, unsurprisingly, Star Wars Episode 9: The Rise of Skywalker brought in another $34 million. At number 2, we got Jumanji: The Next Level, which brought in another $26 million. At number 3, we got Little Women, which I think actually jumped up. Yeah, it was at number 4 last week. It jumped to number 3.
Not bad.
Brought in $13 million. At number 4, we got number 4 we got Frozen 2, which grossed almost another $12 million, and it is now, because I don't count The Lion King, a lot of people don't, it's considered the highest grossing animated film of all time, which is awesome. And Frozen and the original is not far behind. I don't count The Lion King. I don't care that it's just CGI. It doesn't count as an animated movie to me. And a lot of people would agree with me.
I can see that. Yeah. I can get behind
that. And then at number 5, we got, damn, this movie got mauled to death with reviews, The Grudge.
The Grudge?
Yeah, which brought in $11 million.
Damn.
Did you see the Rotten Tomatoes score?
No.
Oh, okay.
What's it at?
Here, 1 second, really quickly. Cats is almost out of the top 10. It only grossed a little over $2 million.
Jeez.
Poor Cats. Looper made a video of what happened with that movie.
Cats?
Yeah, why it went so wrong and the rush production and everything. I don't know if I ever sent you the video of it.
I don't think you did.
I'll have to because it's actually very good.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get through all the videos that Friday Night Movies sent us last week.
You haven't watched those yet?
I haven't watched all of them yet.
Oh,
I've watched a good portion of them.
The magical Mr. Mistopheles. I know this is. So I want to see this musical on stage, and I know they're just supposed to be cats, but just seeing Mr. Mistopheles just keep rubbing up on Deuteronomy like that, it is a little bit. And I know they're supposed to be cats, but humans doing it, it just it just looks a little weird to me.
Dude, do you? Gosh. Okay, I think we have a little bit of time to talk about it because we already got through the top 5.
Yeah.
Remember when we were talking, it was at the very end, everyone was having a really sweet moment. It was like Deuteronomy and Victoria were having this really nice moment, and we're just like, okay. And then they started doing cat shit. We're like, gosh damn it.
I told Caleb, because I didn't even know when Universal sent the re-release of Cats to theaters, and people were wondering what the difference is. Literally the only difference, or one of the only ones, is in the re-release Judi Dench's wedding ring isn't visible on her cat Deuteronomy.
Oh my.
So yeah, if you watch the original, you can actually see Judi Dench's human hand and all with her wedding ring.
Oh my gosh. So freaking
So The Grudge has 16%.
Jeez.
And only 22% on audience score.
Ooh.
Damn. Dull and
Someone's
derivative.
Getting fired.
Dull and derivative, the rebooted Grudge wastes a talented cast and filmmaker on watered-down scares that may leave viewers nursing grievances of their own. Damn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think that pretty much covers everything that we got in, I want to say news, but we don't do news anymore. In our week recap.
There we go. I like that.
Yeah, so let's move on to our main event of the evening.
Let's do it.
Time for the main event.
It's main event time.
Let's play games.
right, so this week is our 100th episode. Like we said at the beginning, and we're freaking pumped up about it.
Ooh, yeah.
So, we posted a question of the week on Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday. That's when our question of the weeks usually go up, or we'll usually do like a guest invite on Tuesday, and then our question of the week on Wednesdays.
Yep.
And then we record on Thursdays.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so I posted the question of the week, asked what everyone's favorite thing to do in Red Dead Redemption 2 was. So, we got quite a few responses, which is awesome.
I think I already know my favorite one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So, the first response that we got is from our good friend Whitney Openheisen at wit_being open with 2 P's on Instagram. And she says, Gah, love Red... I mean, that's what she said. She says, love Red Dead. Favorite thing? Probably trying to see what I could lasso and drag around.
That was fun.
That was so much fun. I told her that many a bounty has been dragged behind my horse.
You know, speaking of lassoing, I always found it fun. And I don't know how some could do it to where you'd lasso, you'd tie them up and you'd like throw them on your horse. And then did you ever like throw a body in the water to see how long it took for them to drown?
Yep.
Yeah, someone actually like was able to, I swear, he was so far enough, he would have just drowned like that. No, he broke free and started coming out after me. I'm like, do you have like magical powers or something?
I have a really fun story but I'll get into it with the next answer.
Okay.
So the next answer we got is from NE Podcast on Twitter at NE Pod will do. I see what you did there.
But love it.
So me and them are that I think it's
that
them.
podcaster.
Me and them
Podcast.
had a really good conversation about this. They answered hunt.
All right.
So my favorite thing to do in Red Dead is hunt. I did hunted all the legendary animals. I even fished. Got all the legendary fish.
Damn, you went above and beyond, unlike me.
Yeah, dude, I got like a ton of shit. But yeah, so that's how I made a majority of my money in this game, by hunting. But one of the last legendary animal that I hunted was the legendary cougar.
Okay.
And so I did the tracking. I tracked the cougar down to its location, and I was at the top of a hill, and I couldn't figure out because there was multiple cougars around. So I was trying to figure out which one was the legendary one. And so I was like scoping them out, and I was like going like sideways, and I saw the legendary cougar, and it was running at me.
Oh,
and
shit.
I was like, oh no. So I had to like put my binoculars away, which took forever. Then I had to pull out my gun, and I pulled out like the repeating shotgun and just unloaded, and I freaking got mauled.
Damn it.
But I was able to beat it away.
Oh,
and
okay,
then,
well, that's good.
Then was able to just freaking unloaded my shotgun on him. So scary. So freaking terrifying. But yeah, so I got into a conversation with them. They asked if I play online, and I think I have a new Xbox friend.
Nice.
Yeah, real cool. I haven't gotten on yet, so.
Why doesn't anyone play PlayStation?
The next response we got is from True Crime Theater 4K at TCT4K on Twitter. They said trying to shoot Jack when he stopped paying attention while trying to teach him to fish. Dude, that pissed me off so bad.
That was really annoying.
Dude, Jack was a little asshole. Then our next response was from Gamers Kingdom at Gamers Kingdom, I think. Pretty sure. Yeah, they said exploration and bounty hunter.
Well, yeah, bounty hunting was really fun.
Yeah, and they said that they are... So I said exploration was awesome. Bounty hunting was a bit of a bitch for me because I suck at it. I'm not very good at bringing people back alive.
Dude, so with bounty hunting, I don't think this really counted towards bounty hunting, but you got some like Arthur's like best lines with that, because there's a part where you have to get Anthony Foreman, and you know, like you're dragging him on your horse, and he's just like, "Do you have any idea who you're messing with? I'm Anthony Foreman." "Well, thanks for the information, Anthony. Now, is that Foreman with an E? I want the Undertaker to spell it right."
Dude, Arthur was awesome. But he says that he's a level 20 bounty hunter. I'm assuming that's on online mode. And I told him I'm a level 9 guy that can't do much.
Nice response.
Yeah, and I think that's all the responses.
Some good responses.
There's some damn good responses. So thank you, everyone that answered our question of the week.
Yes, thank you very much.
And yeah. So getting into the breakdown. So with movies, we split the movie into 8 different categories, but with video games, I think we need to do it a little bit different. So we split it into 10 different categories that we're going to grade individually. So the first one we're going to grade is story, obviously. We're going to talk about the writing, we're going to talk about the voice acting, the character development, and I think we're going to just do Arthur. We could do John, but most of his development is in the first game.
Yeah, that's true.
So we'll just do Arthur, since the story mainly focuses on him. Then we'll talk about the graphics, the music. We'll talk about gameplay, and it's just kind of like how easy it was to play, and just kind of the controls and everything. Then we'll grade how the main missions were. Then I will grade how the side quests were.
That's all Caleb.
And then at the end, we'll give it a personal grade, and then we will come to our final grade for Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yes.
So first off, spoiler alert, obviously.
Okay, so first of all, you've had over a year to play this.
Yeah, you have. So at this point, it's your fault. So first off, we're going to grade story. So Rose is going to read us the plot for this game.
Yes.
And we will grade it off of that.
Get ready for reading with Rose. Still got to come up with a better name. After a botched ferry heist in 1899, the Vanderlyn gang is forced to leave their substantial money stash and flee Blackwater. The gang realizes that the progress of civilization is ending the time of outlaws, and so decide to gain enough money to escape the law and retire. They rob a train owned by Leviticus Cornwall, who responds by hiring the Pinkertons to apprehend them. Arthur and the gang perform numerous jobs and heists in Valentine, and Dutch continually promises that the next heist will be their last.
Gosh, freaking damn it.
Arthur, this is different.
Dude, I was with Arthur when he kept being like, "How is this different?"
No, the best
I have
one.
A plan, Arthur. Shut up about your gosh damn plan.
The best part was when Arthur's like, "There's always a gosh damn train, Dutch. There's always a damn train." Alright, Arthur becomes bothered by recent recruit Micah's recklessness and willingness to resort to violence. Yeah, screw Micah.
Micah, you can go to frickin' hell.
I'm not going to spoil it yet.
Okay, go.
Alright, Cornwall retaliates for the train heist, which culminates in a deadly shootout in Valentine. The gang relocates to Lemoyne, where they meet the Greys and Braithwaites. Dutch tries to pit the families against each other, but underestimates them. The gang is ambushed by the Greys, and Sean is killed. Oh my gosh, I'm so sad. Meanwhile, the Braithwaites kidnap John's son, Jack. The gang retaliates and destroy both families. They learn that Jack is with Bronte, who returns Jack and embraces the gang. He offers them leads on work, but double-crosses them. Dutch kidnaps and feeds him to an alligator as revenge, which further disturbs Arthur. Yeah. The gang remains in Saint Denis, where Hosea and Dutch lead them in a bank robbery. The Pinkertons intervene, arresting John and killing Hosea and Lenny. Oh my gosh, I still can't watch when Hosea is killed. Killed.
Oh my gosh.
It's so sad.
Dude, that ruined my day.
Right?
That's straight up.
And then just watching Lenny get shot on top of the roof.
Oh my god.
When he's just trying to help everyone escape.
Oh my gosh.
Dutch, Arthur, Bill, Javier, and Micah escape the city via a ship heading to Cuba. A torrential storm sinks the ship, and the men wash ashore on the island of Guarma, where they become embroiled in a war between the tyrannical sugar plantation owners and the enslaved local population.
This level sucked.
Yeah, it did.
And not in like a bad way. It was just a really tough level.
Yeah, it was.
Or series of levels.
I'm going to quote Arthur right now. For what it's worth, I would have preferred Tahiti. All right. The group successfully aids the revolution against the plantation owners and secure transport back to the United States. The group reunites with the rest of the gang, and Dutch obsesses over one last heist. Dutch doubts Arthur's loyalty after he disobeys him by liberating John earlier than planned. He takes Micah on as his new lieutenant, replacing Arthur. F you, Dutch.
Yeah, screw you, Dutch.
Arthur becomes concerned that Dutch is no longer the man he knew, as he is becoming insular, abandons their ideals, and murders Cornwall. He is faced with his mortality when he is diagnosed with tuberculosis.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, that's just his face when the doctor is just like, I'm sorry, son, it's a terrible thing. Like his face just like, well, you just gave me a death wish.
Not death wish,
well,
death
but
sentence.
Yeah, death sentence. Oh, that scene just... Even, like, the facial acting is just amazing. Arthur reflects on his... Arthur reflects on his actions and how to protect the gang following his death. He persuades John to run away with Abigail and Jack and openly defies Dutch by aiding the local Native American people. When the Pinkertons assault the camp, Dutch becomes paranoid that a gang member is working as an informant. Several gang members become disenchanted and leave, while Dutch and Micah arrange one final heist of an army payroll train. Arthur's faith in Dutch is shattered when he abandons Arthur to the army, leaves John for dead, and refuses to rescue Abigail when she is taken. Arthur and Sadie again disobey Dutch to rescue Abigail from Milton, who names Micah as the Pinkertons' informer before Abigail kills him. Arthur returns...
Micah, you son of a bitch.
Right? Arthur returns to the camp and openly accuses Micah of betrayal. Dutch, Bill, Javier, and Micah turn on Arthur and the newly returned John, but the standoff has broken when the Pinkertons return. I hated when Bill and Javier took Dutch and Micah's side. I'm like, come on, guys.
I know.
You know you want to go with Arthur and John.
Dude, I was like, you bastards!
But, I mean, it wouldn't make sense because of the first game.
I haven't played the first game, so I don't know how that goes.
Oh.
I'm probably not going to play the first game.
I would at least watch the clip, because they're not in them a lot, at least watch the clips of Bill and Javier.
Okay.
Just know that Javier is way different in the first game than he is in this one.
Okay.
Yeah. Just a heads up. So the player can choose to have Arthur aid John's escape by delaying the Pinkertons or return to the camp to recover the gang's money. Micah ambushes Arthur and Dutch intervenes in their fight. Arthur convinces Dutch to abandon Micah and leave. If the player has high honor, Arthur succumbs to his injuries and decease and dies while watching the sunrise. If the player has low honor, Micah executes him.
Yeah, so we both had high honor.
Yeah, which thank goodness.
Yeah, thank freaking goodness, because I would have snapped.
Yeah.
if Micah shot me.
And the song that they picked to play, Unshaken, just so beautiful.
I have that in my Spotify.
I do too. I was crying.
Yeah. So, are you done?
Oh, well, there's the prologue. Do you want me to read that too, or just the main story? There's only...
We'll just do the main story.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
Okay, so I loved this story.
I did too.
I got so invested.
Yeah.
When Hosea got shot or was killed by the Pinkertons, like I said, my day was completely ruined. And Brielle was getting home from work when I was doing that mission. So when Hosea died, I paused the game and I was just like losing. I'm like, no! Like, Hosea! Like, I was flat out losing my mind, and she comes in and she's just like, I can hear you from outside.
You don't understand, honey. One of my gang members just died. My closest friends.
That's straight up what I said too. Yeah, I was emotionally devastated. And yeah, I was starting off with the high honor from the beginning, so I was letting people go. I was doing whatever I could to gain high honor.
I accidentally okay, so you know that part where when you're in a Valentine and that guy notices you from Blackwater, or he thinks he notices you, and so you have to chase him down, and he like falls off of a cliff and he's like asking you to help. I guess because I was just getting used to playing this game. I didn't know, like, if you like talk to him like too long, it's too late, and I accidentally let him die. I'm like, shit. It's like the first mission that, you know, like gives you either high or low honor, and I butchered it.
Yeah. Well, it would have helped if you'd done any of the side quests.
Oh, I know.
Because those help you get high honor. Like, I was like maxed out with honor by the time Arthur's time came.
Why aren't you a goody two-shoes?
Screw you. This story works so well for me. Like I said, you get so invested in it. You get so invested in the characters. You get so invested in Arthur that anything that, like, and even with like the side quest. So when he's interacting with his girlfriend, I think it's Mary Beth.
No, I don't think it's Mary Beth.
What's her name?
Because Tilly like says he has a letter from her.
It's not Susan. I'm scrolling through the cast right now. I'm trying to think of who it would be.
And you could just always look up Arthur's girlfriend.
I guess I can do that too.
I'll do that right now. Mary.
Isn't that what I said?
Oh, did you say Mary?
Yeah, I said Mary Beth.
Oh, sorry. I thought... Oh, yeah. Sorry. For a second, I thought she was a part of the gang. I'm sorry.
No.
My apologies.
There's a mission. I'm not sure if it was a side quest or like a straight up mission, but you have to like take her out, like on a date.
That was a side mission.
It was a side mission?
I never did that.
Okay. So there's this side mission where you get a letter from Mary Beth. She tells you to meet her. Her brother somehow joins this cult.
Yeah.
And you go and rescue him from the cult, but then she takes off. She comes back because she's trying to get something from her father, but her father's like a crazy old drunk. So they don't feel like she doesn't feel like comfortable going after him by herself. So she calls Arthur and they go out and follow the dad and have this big old interaction with him. But after that, you can like choose to take her out on a date, right? So I chose to like do that. I did everything I freaking could to like basically show her a good time. Took her to the moving picture shows. I took her. I did like all like. Actually, it wasn't a moving picture show. It was like an actual like performance
Oh, okay.
where multiple people were coming in, and
So you took her to the theater.
yeah, I took her to the theater, and they were getting close. They were getting real close. And then when it comes time, and she's just like, she has this moment where she's like, "Come with me, get on this train and come with me." And he, like, I was hoping for like a choice thing, and I was just like, "Just jump on the train, Arthur. Just do it." And he did, and I was so pissed. When Brielle came home, I shut the game off, and I was just like, "Frickin' Arthur's pissing me off. I did everything I frickin' could to give him a good life, and he just ruins it by not going with Mary Beth on the gosh damn train."
Can you imagine he gets on the train and then you just start hearing "Cruel, cruel world"? Just
Dude, I would have been so happy with that. I'm like, I could end the game right here. I know this isn't the end, but if it were to end right here and like credits, I'd be.
What about the
pumped.
rest of the gang?
I know.
Selfish piece of shit.
You're a selfish piece of shit. I wanted Arthur to be happy.
I can't argue there.
But I mean, I don't know if it's just my personality, but I love the side quests because it adds, like, for me, richness to the story.
I mean, I just started playing it again, and I've started to do those as well, and it definitely does.
Yeah, it helps you a lot. And we'll get into it when we start grading side quests.
Don't you mean you grade side quests?
I grade side quests. But the overall story, I had very little issues with
I literally have no problems with it.
Yeah.
To me, it's practically perfect in every way.
I think you say that every time you're, like, willing to give it, like, up to 90.
So, shut up.
But I am in total agreement. I could give this a high 90s easy.
Like how high we talking here?
Like, pretty high. Like, how high are you?
I'm freaking high.
Like, I don't think I'm quite at 100 because I know the story, like, gives you the some different options and different paths that you can take. Yeah. But you end up, either way you go, you play the same game.
Yeah.
And
it's like, you're gonna die anyway.
Yeah. And as much of a bummer as that is, I mean, I think that they could do better at making the endings of the story a little different. But I understand that what they have to do to get the end of this game to fit the beginning of the first game. Yeah. So I could forgive it for that, and it doesn't bump it down any for me. It's just like a minor gripe that I have.
Okay.
So I'm personally sitting at like 98, 99.
I'm at a 99.
99?
Yeah.
I can definitely do 99.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, the game's freaking amazing.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah. Like, if you don't get invested in this story, I mean, go back to playing Mario.
Damn. No, go back to playing Frogger. Mario's good. Go back to playing Frogger.
You know what? Go back to playing Pong.
There we go.
Someone who can't handle a freaking story. But it's true. I mean, if you don't like this game, I mean, and I understand that some people may not be into Westerns, but the story itself just draws you in.
Yeah, it does.
And I can understand, like, dropping points for other aspects of this, but no matter who you are, you have to admit that the story is rock solid.
I've never played the first Red Dead, and I'll fully admit I was very excited for this game when it first was announced, and each trailer got me more and more hyped. But since I hadn't played the first one, I'm like, okay, am I still really gonna like this? Within the first 30 seconds, like, honestly, when the first 30 seconds, I was hooked. And then after the gang starts heading off into, like, civilization, and, like, the title cards are saying, like, 1899, like, literally the age of outlaws had ended, just all this stuff. I'm like, okay, I can already tell I'm in for an amazing game.
Yeah. And I think we've both said we were raised on Westerns.
Yeah.
So
thanks, Dad. Just kidding.
So I knew I was going to like it, I didn't know I was gonna like it this much. Like, this is in my top 5 games, easy.
This is in my top 3, honestly.
Honestly, it might be in my top 3. I'm pretty sure it's in my top 3.
I love Rockstar so much that I'm just going to spoil this. Red Dead Redemption 2 is in there, and also Grand Theft Auto 5. Those 2 are in my top 3 games of all time.
Yeah, my number 1 is Skyrim. I love Skyrim.
That's
I
fair.
love how often I can go back and play and have a different experience every single time.
Fair.
And then I don't know what my number 2 and number 3 are kind of like equal for me, like right now, and it's between Red Dead and shit. Gosh, maybe it's number 2 is Red Dead because I can't remember what number 3 is.
Hell yeah.
I should have wrote this down or something, but I didn't. So, anyway, it'll come to me eventually.
Yeah.
So yeah, story 99, all practically perfect. I think there was just maybe one thing.
But what is
brings
that
it
one
down.
thing?
The one thing is just how many gunfights you get into.
Isn't that the fun part?
I know it's supposed to be the fun part, but I don't think you would get in that many gunfights all the freaking time.
All right.
And that's what brings it down.
You gotta
to 1%.
admit, though, it was so much fun using that Deadeye in those gunfights.
Oh my gosh, I love Deadeye.
So amazing.
I didn't start using Deadeye like religiously until the epilogue with John.
Oh, you have to. Like towards the end, like when you're like going up to see not spoiling anything here, but when you have to go face Micah and like his like goons come out, yeah, you can't get past them without using Deadeye. You're dead if you don't.
Yeah. Like you need Deadeye and a Lancaster repeater.
Yep. Exactly.
That's how you get through those freaking missions.
Yep.
All right, moving on to writing.
Damn, this is strong too.
This is really strong. I don't think it's quite as strong as the story.
It's not, but like everything that Arthur says is just so impactful, and just like his quirks are just amazing, and just like everything that they wrote for these characters was just
Yeah. I think where the writing drops for me is with how often they used Dutch and his plan and never really like explained that. Like you never knew what I still don't know what his plan was.
I feel maybe if like we played the first one, we kind of maybe would have caught on a little more, but I get where you're coming from.
Yeah, it's just kind of like
honestly,
anything that he was just like, oh, this is part of my plan. You're just like, okay, what's the plan?
Dude, every time, like halfway through the game, every time he would say, Arthur, I got a plan. Then what the hell is the damn plan, Dutch? Like, seriously.
Yeah.
I want you to write that shit down so I have physical proof that you did have a plan.
I really liked a lot of the passing by interactions that you could have with people. And like how different people would react. Like I think I showed you a video of when they teach you how to do chores at camp.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when they teach you to do that, like you could be walking with a hay bale, and then Dutch will be like, "Hey Arthur, come here for a minute," and you can keep walking.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Fine, F you then."
That's my favorite interaction ever.
Yeah, I loved like that you could have these like different interactions with people, and I loved talking to people. Like I went through anytime I was at camp, I would go through and try to talk to people.
Have you seen so like you've like seen with Arthur being kind of like a dick to some of the people?
Dude, I was a big freaking dick to Uncle.
Why you gotta be a dick to Uncle?
I was a big I wasn't very nice to Uncle, and I wasn't very nice to Bill.
Everyone hates Bill. I love Bill.
Bill's an asshole.
I forget. towards, I think it's when you're in Valentine and like Arthur finishes that fight with that guy in the club, and Dutch is like telling everybody like what to do, and Bill's like, okay, what do I do, Dutch? And he's like, yeah, that's exactly it. What do you do, Bill? He's like, what is that supposed to mean?
Yeah, the comedic bits were like super solid. I think it's, for me, this is still passing.
Yeah,
I think a lot of it's when you get later in the game, you start to hear the same stuff over and over again.
that's true. Okay, can I point out one more funny part? Okay, I think it's an interaction with Sean when Sean's like using a stick and like Arthur's like, oh, look at the little kid with a stick. And Sean's like, hey, don't be an arsehole. And Arthur's like, you know what? Jack's got some toy soldiers he can lend you when you're done with that.
I love that. Yeah. So, like I said, writing for me is not as high as the story.
Is it still like a high 90 or is it kind of like a lower 90?
I think it's higher 80s.
Really?
Yeah. And it's just because halfway through the game, you start to hear the same interactions with people. And I mean, obviously, the more like when it's kind of when you progress through the story, you start to hear some new stuff for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then it goes back to like some old stuff.
Okay.
And I think that's just a limitation of the game. So, but it's just how frequently I would hear the same stuff. Kind of made me think that maybe they could have done a little bit more on that end.
Yeah, no,
with like the interactions, and then so that's just one of the things. So it's still passing. It's high 80s. I'm not quite in the 90s though. Where are you at?
I'm honestly at like an 89.
89?
Yeah,
I can do that.
Hell yeah,
for sure. All right, next up we got voice acting. So we are going to grade most of the main characters. So we got Roger Clark, who voiced Arthur. We're going to talk about Benjamin Brian Davis, who voiced Dutch Vanderland. We'll talk about Rob Wythoff, who voiced John Marston. Where you're going to do Curzon Dobell, who voiced Hosea. Who else did we say we were going to do?
You said we were going to do Sadie.
Okay, where's Sadie? Sadie was voiced by Alex McKenna.
And I think last we were going to do Micah.
And then Micah... Where's he? Oh, Micah Bell. Voiced by Peter Blomquist. Alright, so let's start off with Micah. Peter Blomquist.
He plays an asshole so well.
He does. Like, I hate him from the second that we meet.
Yeah.
So when you first meet Micah in Strawberry, and you have to go break him out of jail because it's part of Dutch's plan.
Yep.
And
Arthur and his interaction is the best because Arthur's like, had a good time in here, haven't you? Are you going to get me out of here? I ain't quite sure yet. Very funny. No, I'm being serious. I got a chance to watch you swing. You really think I'm going to let that go?
Yeah. Dude, and I hated doing missions with Micah.
Yeah,
and it was because
someone literally died every mission.
No, not somebody. A lot of somebodies.
True.
Like, the first mission where you meet and like free Micah out of the Strawberry jail.
Yeah.
You blow up. You basically kill everyone in town.
Yeah, you do.
And then the next mission is one, I think it was with the Pinkertons?
Yeah, I think so.
Or no, the O'Driscolls.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the O'Driscolls. And yeah,
don't get
you
me started
freaking
with
kill
the O'Driscolls.
a bazillion of them. And I'm like, that was the first mission that I stopped looting people that I killed. Because I'm like, I can't
There's
loot
too
this
many
many people.
Too damn many of you.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, screw that.
Dude, honestly, okay, like the part where it's, I forget what town you're in, but it's you, so it's Arthur, Micah, Bill, and Sean, and they're just walking through town, and then Sean gets his head blown off?
That's when you're in Rhodes.
Rhodes. That was the first time in a good long while I freaking dropped my controller because I was like in so much shock. I'm like, oh shit, I'm still playing this thing.
Yeah, it was quite shocking.
I was like, not Sean. Why couldn't you have shot Micah? Everyone would have been happy if you did a nice headshot to him.
Yeah. Oh, so mad when Sean died. All right, so Peter Blomquist. What are you wanting to give him?
Like I said, he played an asshole so well.
He did. I think his voice acting was the one that kind of maybe pulled me out of the game most. I don't know why, though.
Okay.
I think it's because everyone else like talked at like a normal tone. He was always like at a heightened state. Like he'd always like just very heightened, just very like maybe antsy is the right word. Yeah, and it like I said, it pulled me out of the game a little bit, and I think it's just because everyone else is just kind of like at a more, they could like fluctuate, and he was always like up at a 10, it felt.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't mean he was bad, by no means, but I wouldn't put him like super duper high.
I'm at like an 80.
That's about where I was at too.
Oh. Well then, hell yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't going to go much lower than that because it takes, I think it takes a lot for like voice actors to be able to portray something and get real emotions out of people. And so I think him just going with that heightened state kind of added to the asshole feeling you got.
Got that right.
So, I mean, it was alright. Alright, next up, let's do Sadie Adler, voiced by Alex McKenna.
She was great.
She was too. I think she's below Micah.
Whoa.
Okay,
whoa.
Listen, because I think hers was also very much heightened. Like, she was, like, she never, like, calmed down.
The O'Driscolls murdered her husband. What did you expect from her?
No, throughout the entire freaking game.
Yeah, but I think that's supposed to be her character. That's just like the kind of voice that she had.
Where are you at with her?
I'm higher than Micah. I'm at an 85.
85?
Yeah. I loved Sadie's voice. I thought she did a great job.
I'm not like too much below Micah. I'm like maybe a 78 with Micah. Or with Sadie.
Sadie?
Yeah. And it's because, like, her... I don't know. I don't know. Come on,
what you gotta back up your skull, boy.
I know. I'm trying to. It was, again, an issue with her her tone being very heightened all the time.
Okay.
Like, and always kind of getting us into trouble.
I think and it was also, like... Well, because she wanted to prove herself to Dutch.
She wanted to prove herself, but she was... Like, I don't know. It's just the heightened thing. It's just... you need to calm down. Like, sometime.
You sounded like that lady from that one video that's just like, calm down! Yeah. Okay, so we're going to have to meet in the middle some way.
82?
Okay, I can give
the middle?
Yeah, I can give you 82.
Alright, next up we got Hosea Matthews, voiced by Curzon Dobell.
Fantastic.
He was really good.
Like, I'm in 90s for him.
I'm in low 90s, but I'm in the 90s. I mean, I can do 90.
I can do 90, yeah. I can do 90.
He was really good. Like, he definitely voiced, like, the father figure really well. I liked how... I love the mission where you guys are... Or where we take the liquor from the rich people and kind of pass it out, and you're kind of just his slow cousin or something.
Yeah, I think so. I can't remember your name that he calls you.
Yeah, but yeah, you're just his slow cousin or sibling or brother or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious.
I think it's brother.
Yeah, and I love that mission too.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Yeah, it was awesome. Everything that he did, like, made you like attach yourself to him, and I think it was just because he was so good at voicing like the father figure.
He was, and then of course he had to die.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, and like with him, his tone fluctuated. Like Micah's and Sadie's didn't.
Never gonna let
Like
that go, are you?
he could have like a soft spoken conversation with Arthur, and then he could also get real heightened when he was like yelling at Dutch.
Yeah.
Then I loved that. So yeah, 90s perfect score for him. Next up, let's do John Marston, voiced by Rob Whitehoff. And his was good.
His was.
Good. He definitely got better in the epilogue.
Yeah, but that's just because that's kind of like when he starts to come into his own.
Yeah. So I wouldn't quite put him on the same level as like Hosea, but I wouldn't bring him down as far as Micah or Sadie.
Yeah. So like
I'm around at like an 85 for him.
Okay, I can give you an 85.
All right, next up we got Benjamin Brian Davis, who voiced Dutch Vanderlinde.
So he's a little higher for me than Hosea.
Right. Same here. He was really, really good.
He was.
As annoying as he was, I think that was just like the writing.
That's just how the character's written.
Yeah, but he was really good.
He really was. I'm at like a 93.
93?
Yeah.
That's perfectly fair.
Okay.
But yeah, he did an amazing job.
He did.
Amazing.
I feel everyone that voiced a character in this game did an amazing job.
Yeah. All right, and last but not least, we got Arthur Morgan, voiced by Roger Clark.
The man himself.
Holy shit.
I know you won't let me, but I really want to give him 100. I know you won't
I will
let me.
absolutely let you.
Really?
Yeah. I
Yes.
love his voice, dude.
It's so perfect.
It was the perfect amount of just raspy, and it felt like a Western voice.
I seriously want to know how often Roger Clark had to go home with like the worst sore throat he's ever had. That poor man. But we thank you.
Yeah, we absolutely thank you. What you did with Arthur was just incredible.
Like, I don't like to play favorites, and I know like this is their like latest game, but I'm pretty sure that Arthur Morgan will go down as my favorite Rockstar character ever.
He's already mine.
Yeah, see, that's fair.
He is already mine. And that's just because I haven't played a lot of the Grand Theft Auto games.
Michael DeSanta was actually mine for a while, but Arthur Morgan stole it from you. Sorry, Michael.
All right, so averaging that out, that comes to an 88.3.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. Next up, we got character development, and I think we're just going to do Arthur.
Yeah, I feel that.
Because John kind of gets his development in the first game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
yeah, this is really Arthur's story in Red Dead 2.
And so Arthur starts off as just kind of part of the Vanderlinde gang.
Mm-hmm. He's been a part of it ever since he was a kid. Basically, literally, Dutch raised him.
The right-hand man.
Yeah, Dutch and Hosea have been literally his parents.
Yeah. And so he starts off with that, and then he kind of grows into, like, just kind of, not really, he actually just kind of blindly follows Dutch.
Yeah.
And then he starts kind of questioning Dutch a little bit. And then because Hosea is noticing, hey, like, Dutch is getting a little crazy. And then once he gets diagnosed with tuberculosis, that's when he starts questioning Dutch hard.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to do a playthrough of the game with low honor, just to see if it does change the relationship between Arthur and Dutch. But Dutch or Arthur, with the way that we played with high honor, he questions, and he's just like, there's more to life than what you're doing. Like, we could have like a good life with what we have. We could like stay here, like start all this stuff. It's just you and your stupid ass plan.
You always want more.
Yeah. And I think it was just really powerful seeing how he was handling it. And especially when it got to saving John from prison.
Yes.
And he's just like, I mean, obviously we chose to go save John. And we're just like, fine, screw you. Like, we're going to go do this. And he was pissed off. And he's just like, listen, I'm not getting out of this. Like, I'm kind of stuck here. But you, John, have a chance to get out. And you...
Wait, no, it's, breaking me out of prison, don't you mean like when you're on the mountain and you're telling John to like you're gonna finish fighting off the Pinkertons and have John escape, is that what?
Yeah. No, but it's more like John or Arthur, he knows, he's like, I'm kind of stuck in this life.
Okay.
And then he's kind of telling John, he's like, you have a chance to get out. Like, you can take this opportunity to get out, make a better life for your kid. You don't have to be stuck in this like I am.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, so that didn't happen when they broke him out of jail.
That wasn't out of jail. That was like
that was like
down the road.
yeah, because that's when Arthur and John are sent to basically place dynamite on that railroad track.
Yeah, but he's
I get
Arthur.
what you're saying.
After they save John and obviously go get Abigail after she's kidnapped.
Yeah.
They do have this, him and Sadie have this moment where they're just like, we just need to make sure the Marstons get out of this.
Yeah.
And I think that's I think he knows, like, he's stuck. Like, there's no getting out of it for him.
But if he can save someone, at least
then
someone,
maybe his life has been worth it.
Yeah.
And I love that.
I loved that too.
Yeah. Like, there's just so much about like how the story went that was just great.
Oh, I love the story so much.
Yeah.
And Arthur, he's so amazing.
Arthur, you beautiful man. So where are you at?
Character development is pretty high for me. It's in the 90s.
I can agree with you there. I don't think it was a perfect story.
No.
I think it's a lot. I don't think it was a perfect story because you could go either way.
Yeah.
Which is odd to say. But yeah, it was different. It was kind of just basically a Western redemption story. Like, that's honestly what it was, that you're just kind of part, and then you start questioning yourself, and then you get to a point where you're just like, I'm stuck, but they can get out.
Mm.
And I think a lot of that was played with him. I think it would have been maybe better, personally, if he would have played it off, or if they would have written it where it wasn't like some terminal thing that he was getting. And maybe he was just realizing that on his own. I think a lot of that was justified being like, oh, he got to this point because he's dying.
Okay, yeah.
And yes, like, people do have that clarity when they are in that situation where they have something that's terminal.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. What do you think?
I was going to say 95, but the way you talked, I'm kind of maybe going down a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
93?
I can do 93.
Hell yeah.
I was thinking 92, but...
Close enough.
Yeah. Alright, next up we got graphics.
Very, very strong. Like, this is probably the best looking Rockstar game we've ever gotten.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, the scenery's amazing. The characters are really good. Especially with the hair.
Yeah, right?
So, the game has like a system where day to day you can sleep, and you kind of have to.
That's true.
It kind of forces you to like sleep and kind of take care of yourself and whatnot. for you and your horse. But as the more that you sleep and the more like all that happens, you grow facial hair, and your hair on your head gets longer.
Did you get? I think you gave Arthur a beard, right?
Yeah, so I grew the mustache out completely. I kept like a shorter goatee.
Yeah.
And then I always like would trim down the chops.
Okay. I only like I feel compared to how you dressed Arthur, I feel I was kind of like a basic bitch with Arthur because I only gave him a little bit of scruff, kept his hair short, and like literally he just wore. I think I gave him some like blue pants, some rancher boots, like a white. No, he had with my first playthrough. He had a blue open shirt, rolled up sleeves, and then his classic hat. So.
Yeah, I want a little different.
Yeah.
So
like I said, mine was a basic.
So by the time the game was over, he had a fully grown handlebar mustache. He had a beard that kind of was as thick as his mustache was. It wasn't like a full beard. Yeah. So it was like kind of like a trimmed, just kind of in line with his neck.
Okay.
Cleaned up sides, like the sideburns, and then with his hair, I gave him a faded haircut.
Okay.
So kind of like what I have, a little bit, but his like was slicked back.
Yeah.
And I kept that relatively short to the rest of his hair. I got him the stalker cap, which is
what was wrong with his gambler hat.
I like the stalker cap better. And it was like a long brim hat, and then like the top was like flat. And it was a black one with like the red highlight. Freaking loved it.
You made Arthur so classy.
I did. I made him real classy. Then I had him in a white dress shirt with the sleeves rolled up. And he was I switched him between vests, between like a red vest and a blue vest, and then he was in like jeans with black boots, gold spurs. Never did the.
I never did spurs. I didn't like them.
Yeah, I did spurs. I loved them.
I couldn't do spurs.
Yeah, Yeah, so that's how I dressed him. And then I had, whenever I did robbing, I had a different outfit for that, where it was kind of like just a plain shirt.
Okay.
So like an everyday shirt, I think. Dress pants, different color, like brown boots instead of black. No spurs. Then it was like a leather vest and then a leather jacket over it. And then like a bowler cap for the hat. Okay. And then I had like a mask that I would wear.
Okay.
Yeah, I went all out, dude.
Yeah, I can tell. Damn.
But it looked... Yeah, we kind of got off topic, but
yeah,
the graphics of the game looked amazing.
Yeah, fan-freaking-tastic.
Yeah, I mean, the horses were good. Everything like interacted like how they would.
You know the graphics are good when if you're in the snow, the horse's balls shrivel up.
Yeah, that was... My horse was a girl, so I didn't get that animation.
Oh, you missed out, man. You missed out.
I am one of the lucky, like, from all the people I've talked to that have played this, I'm one of the lucky people that had the same horse from when I started to end.
You lucky son of a bitch.
Dude, no, I'm not lucky, because at the end, I was freaking devastated.
Yeah, okay, that's a good point.
I mean, how long did I have this game? I had it for, like, 6 months?
I think so.
Maybe? I think I might have had it longer than that. Yeah, because we did our Spider-Man breakdown, and then shortly after that we got Red Dead.
Yeah, I think so. Well,
you got me Red Dead.
Well, no, and I got it like right when it came out. So
Yeah. So I had it for 6 months, maybe 7.
Yeah.
And I played this like at least once a week. So this was a horse
I played
that
it every night.
Yeah, I mean there were times where I played it more.
Yeah.
But I had the same horse from day 1 to the last scene with Arthur. I was destroyed emotionally. I was so freaking sad. After that happened, I had to shut the game off.
You couldn't even.
I couldn't finish it. I couldn't. I was just like, I can't right now.
I need a day. I need a day.
Yeah, and then the next day, I finished the game.
Okay, here we go.
I was
horseless,
dude. I was devastated. And when he does like the sweet farewell to his horse,
gosh,
I'm like, no,
damn you, Rockstar.
I was so sad. Yeah, and I think that the graphics keep you in the game enough. Like, I think with some older games, like the graphics can kind of pull you out. They're not movie quality graphics.
No, but
by no means.
They're not supposed to be.
Yeah, they're not. They're obviously not.
Yeah.
And I appreciate how with some games, like, you know how the cinematic, like the game graphics are like real shitty, and then the cinematics are really good.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that they keep the cinematics and the gameplay graphics the same.
Yes, I loved that. One of the biggest culprits I feel of that is Ghostbusters, the video game, because you'll look at these cutscenes and they look so incredible, and then you'll get to like the actual end-game footage and you're like, ugh, still looks good, but can we get those graphics, please? I know it was back in 2009, but still.
Yeah, I think I feel like there are games where the graphics were higher quality, so this isn't a perfect score for me.
No, it's not for me either.
I think it's definitely higher for me than Grand Theft Auto 5.
Oh, yeah.
But not quite as high as some other games
Okay.
that I can't really list off the top of my head. Like God of War, I think better graphics.
I've never played God of War, so
I've seen videos of people playing it,
yeah.
And that's one where the graphics stay the same with cutscenes and game.
I'm wondering if The Last of Us is the same way.
Ooh. Yeah, Last of Us, those graphics are really good too.
Yeah.
I think better than this game too. Okay. I think development-wise, there were a lot more things that were more advanced than in those games. But if we're talking strictly graphics, I put this in the high 80s.
Really?
Higher 80s, maybe?
Can you give me like an 88?
Where are you at?
I'm at like 92.
A 92?
Yeah. But I don't think you're going to go that high.
I was sitting at like, what did I say, 85?
Can we do an 86?
I can do 87.
Deal.
Since you're like really, really high. All right, next up we got music. Freaking solid.
So fantastic.
The only, like, all the songs that they played were fit in perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
The only one I think had a little bit of an issue fitting in was the Cruel World song.
I mean, I'll fully admit it kind of like when I think John like leaves his house at like one point and it just starts playing. I'm like, okay, this is awesome. It came out of nowhere.
It did.
But
I
this
feel
is awesome.
like when we come back from the mission where with the boat,
yeah,
or wherever we were at, whatever island, when Unshaken starts playing, that fit in perfectly because it starts up. It doesn't like kick in where it's like cruel. Like with Cruel World, you get like banjo and like stuff that comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
With Unshaken, they kind of bring it in with like the weather.
They do, which I love.
Like it just starts playing, and then you like realize, oh, there's a song.
Yeah. Did not see that one coming.
Yeah. So Cruel World doesn't drop it down that far for me.
That's good.
It's still a solid soundtrack.
Agreed.
I'm not quite sure where I'm at, though. Where are you at?
I'm at like a 95.
I'm about a 93.
Me in the middle of 94?
Yeah, we can meet at 94.
Perfect.
All right, next up, gameplay. So this is just kind of how easy the controls were to master.
I mean, if I was playing on an Xbox, I might have had a hard time. But since I'm a PlayStation boy for life, played perfectly on the PlayStation 4.
Yeah, it played really well. I think the only issues that I had with the gameplay was sometimes selecting an item out of my inventory was a bit of a pain in the ass.
Yeah, especially if like something's chasing after you. I know it slows it down to you so you can get it, but the fact that you have to scroll through all your guns and you're trying to get it as fast as you can, you're like, where the hell is it?
Yeah, and you kind of have to have your weapons and whatever you're going to use set. Like I found that when I was doing hunting, I would grab a shotgun and I would grab whatever rifle that I needed to make like a long shot. So usually the rolling block rifle.
Mm-hmm.
And I would have to get set up with whatever guns I was going to use in that situation.
Okay.
Otherwise, I would have like all my guns and it would be a freaking nightmare to scroll through them all.
Yeah, that's true.
So I would like limit myself to only the two like the slots that you could use. And that kind of sucked sometimes. So, I mean, that was like, but navigating the inventory was kind of a pain in the ass.
It kind of was.
Like, and not with just selecting your stuff. It's just kind of, you have to go through your items and then you go through whatever's on your horse. And then it's like, I always forgot about my throwables.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, like I had dynamite all the time. I only ever used my throwing knives. I forgot like completely because I used up all my throwing knives and I forgot. I'm like, oh, I have like tomahawks too.
Yeah.
Oh, and I have dynamite too, and I have like Molotov cocktails. Like I could use all of this other shit, and you just kind of forget because it's so difficult to like navigate through.
Yeah,
and it blows when you like are clicking through and going through like the list, and you see the one that you want, but you're tapping too quick, and so it like goes past it, and you're just
shit.
Like,
yeah.
So, I think that could have been better.
It could have. I mean, I feel like Grand Theft Auto 5 was a little easier to navigate, but considering how much more you had to carry on your person in this game, it's understandable.
Yeah, combat was a little iffy too. Hand to hand.
Yes, yeah, that was kind of like sometimes like I would be pressing duck and like Arthur wouldn't actually. I'm like, what the hell, man? Come on.
Yeah, and yeah, that was like odd. I feel like there should have been something where you target the person and then it kind of enters you into a combat mode.
Yes, that would have been very nice.
It was just kind of like you kind of had to just play it by ear.
Yeah,
it sucked sometimes.
It did. Agreed.
Mini games. I played poker a lot. That was fun. No issues with that.
Oh, that's good.
You did like the knife game where you're going through your fingers and everything, and it selects the buttons.
Oh yeah,
that was a bit of a pain in the ass, but I think it was just meant to be that way, so no points off for that. Riding your horse was pretty solid.
It went pretty smooth.
The only time that it didn't was when you were making like really sharp turns.
Oh yeah.
And you ran faster on trails than you did when you weren't on a trail. Did you notice that?
I did.
Yeah. It was also kind of a pain in the ass while you're riding the horse if you jumped over stuff. Because if you were charging a wall, you could jump over the wall.
Yeah.
And then if you're just running through like a field and there's just some random rock, you freaking trip over the rock.
Yeah.
And that sucked. other than that, everything else was pretty fine.
It was.
Targeting was fine. Deadeye was really good. I think selecting in Deadeye could have been a little bit better.
I can definitely agree with that. I did have a hard time sometimes if I had to select multiple people.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of other aspects of the game that weren't great. Most of the menus were fine. Oh, that's another thing. The menus kind of, when you're purchasing clothing, I hated it. Because you have to, like, so you can have, like, the catalog, right?
Yeah.
And then you can click on an item to see it on you.
Yeah.
And then if you click X, then it shows all the items in a list.
Mm-hmm.
But if you press B, then it would go back to the catalog. And I always press B because that's just my natural instinct. So,
yes. Yeah,
what's your? I think it's O on the right.
Yeah. So I think it's triangle O X square.
So square's usually the thing you do to go back, right?
No, that's circle.
Circle?
Yeah.
Circle's on the left?
The right. Or I think so. Yeah, circle's on the right. So, honestly, see, I didn't have that problem because it all made sense that I press X to select everything.
Right, but it's when you're going back to the list, like to view the whole, like the catalog, and you can like see it on them.
Yeah.
And go through the thing, not in the catalog.
Oh.
Like, did you select everything through the catalog?
I'm like honestly kind of a little confused by your question. Can you elaborate, please?
So you know how when you were choosing like a hairstyle, it had like, a menu.
Oh
that
yes.
You could go through.
Yeah.
So when you were buying clothes, there wasn't like you had to go through the catalog, or there was a menu. Like you could view the item on your person.
Yeah.
And then you could like go back, and then there would be a menu of all the other hat styles.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, it was going between that and accidentally pressing the button that would take me back to the catalog.
Okay, see, for some reason I never had that problem.
Wow. Well, I had that issue on Xbox, so.
Well, here's another reason why
Screw
PlayStation
you.
is better than Xbox.
Yeah, so. I think I might have talked my gameplay a little lower.
It's only because it's on Xbox, that's why.
Whatever, forget you. Like, you had the same issues. Like, the only one you didn't have was, like, the costume selecting thing. What are you at?
I'm in, like, the low 80s.
I'm in the high... Actually, no, I'm in the mid-70s.
Can you give me, like, a 79?
I can go to, like, 77.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah, I mean, most things were good. It's just those little things were... It's like the little things that can be a pain in the ass.
I should have bought it for you on PS4. Maybe that would have changed your grading.
All right, next up we got main missions and how we liked those.
Basically all of them were fantastic. I'm trying to remember if like some were just like not like random as hell, but like they kind of felt like they didn't take you out of the game. But like I don't know, like the fact that you have to like teach Jack fishing and like that counts as a mission. I'm like, I want to shoot people. I don't want to teach a little asshole to fish. Not that Jack's an asshole.
Appreciate.
Yeah.
Some of those missions, and I think that was just more to teach us because that's the first time we go fishing.
That's
too.
true. That's a good point.
But yeah, I think they could have done that a little bit better. But yeah, some of those missions where it's just more like, I think that just adds richness to the story.
It does. I can
those
agree
little
there.
missions. Because I know you go fishing with Dutch and Hosea.
That's true. You
that
do.
was a good one.
And then don't you also go fishing with what's that one guy that you save his horse and he only has one leg?
Oh, like the soldier?
No, I don't think he's a soldier. He's kind of like a mountain man.
Well, he was an old soldier.
Oh,
That's how he lost his leg.
Oh, my bad. Apologies.
and his like mean ass horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about because he gives you the horse at the end. Like, I mean, how far are you into that? Because there's like multiple missions that you do with him.
Well, yeah. So what's interesting about this is he can either die when. Spoiler alert. Sorry. He can either die when Arthur's still alive, or he dies when John comes to see him and finishes off Arthur's missions. So
Okay.
I finished his missions off with John.
I did it with Arthur.
Oh, see, so yeah, I did it with John, and because I'm probably stupid, I could not figure out how to get his horse back with me. Like, it wouldn't go with me when I tried to lasso it. Nothing. So I'm like, you know what? Screw you, and just left it.
You know what I did? What happened with me?
Well,
and you're freaking dumb for not figuring this out. You can jump on his horse, ride it to town, and then just call your horse. And then
Son
your
of a
horse can
bitch.
follow. Yeah, so...
I didn't think you could call your horse that far away.
Yeah. I mean, obviously you have to get within whistling distance of your horse, but if you call your horse and you start taking off on whatever his horse's name was...
I forget.
Yeah, your horse will follow you.
Son of a bitch. I quit.
Yeah,
I quit the Vanderlyn gang. That's what I do.
Yeah, so what happened with me is I got that horse. I was almost to camp, and I got freaking jumped by the mountain people.
Oh, I remember.
And they
those guys.
freaking wrecked me.
Assholes.
Yeah, and then I died, and then I respawned with my horse, and I couldn't find the horse again. I was like, damn it!
Oh.
So that was a side mission, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, that
Yeah,
was
with him.
Yeah.
So main mission wise, yeah, you get some of those missions that are a little like more or less pointless.
Yeah.
It's just to add more to the story.
Yeah,
which
they still definitely do add to
that's
it.
forgivable.
Yes.
Some of them, like especially when it was like a stealth mission, or when it was supposed to be a stealth mission, you couldn't get away with doing a stealth mission, and that sucked because I love stealth.
I don't.
I love doing stealth, and I didn't like that I couldn't.
You have no idea how happy I was that in some stealths you could just skip ahead. I wished you could have done that in Spider-Man.
Oh, dude, those were my favorite missions.
Oh.
Those were my absolute favorite
I
missions.
hated those with Mary Jane or Miles.
Oh, those ones sucked.
I thought were the ones that you were talking about.
No, there's some like where you got to be like sneaky with Spider-Man. The ones where you're freaking Mary Jane and Miles, I hated those. Anyway, you could not do the stealth missions. Like no matter how hard you tried. Like I would restart missions to try and like do them completely stealthy.
Yeah.
You would get to a point where where it wouldn't allow you to. Like no joke. Like it would be like, here, take these guys out, and so you shoot them with your bow, and then they would go out, and then you would get to a point where it's like, okay, now sneak up on these guys, and I would get pissed off because I would like walk, and then they'd see me, and I'm like, damn it, and so I'd try it again and again and again and again, and you couldn't. There was like even when they didn't see me,
Yeah.
like there was a guy that was like looking the other way. I got a little close to him, and I've been able to sneak up on people and like stab them.
Yeah.
That he turns around. Like no matter what you do, he will turn around.
Yeah, see, I just come in guns blazing.
Yeah, I can't do that.
I love doing that.
I love doing stealth.
Oh.
I love like one of my other games that I like to play with Bronson is Sniper's Elite.
Yeah.
And I rock at that game because I'm stealthy.
I'm not, so we're completely different there.
I mean, I don't do very well against Bronson.
Yeah.
Because Bronson's a guns a-blazing person, and someone who's stealthy can't handle that. Especially when it's like one-on-one.
Yeah.
Like, if there were multiple people, I'm sure that I could freaking wreck. But when it's just me and Bronson, and he's just like, "Oh, I see you," and he chases after me, I'm like,
Son
"No,
of a bitch."
So main mission wise, I didn't appreciate that you couldn't do stealth all the way through. There were a lot where the missions just kind of ended up in a firefight, and that
True.
kind of was like, whatever. So the missions overall, they all serve their purpose. They all add richness to the story.
Speaking of the story, have you so you know when you burn down the mansion, I think it's the Braithwaite's mansion?
Yes.
Have you gone back to there after you burned it down?
Yep.
Oh, okay, so you've seen
the corpse?
Yep.
Sure did.
Okay. Thought that was a very cool addition.
I went and looted her.
I did too.
We're awful people.
We really are.
So what are you sitting at with missions? The main missions.
Main missions, I'm at a 90.
90?
Yeah.
I'm like mid 80s, so like 85.
How about 87?
I can do 87.
Okay.
I think that's pretty fair. Alright, next up, side quests.
Take it away, Caleb.
Yeah, so the side quests, I really like them. I loved doing the side quests. There's one side quest where there's this guy in the circus, or he claims to run a circus, and so you have to go find all of his animals. He says, "I've lost a zebra, I've lost oh gosh damn it, what is it? I think he's not a tiger. Fuck. I think he says a tiger.
Okay.
But when you go, he's like, "Here, go find my zebra." You go run after the zebra.
Yeah.
And it's a donkey painted like a zebra.
Oh, that's horse shit.
Yeah, and you're just like,
That's
you're
so
dumb.
great.
And he calls himself, he's a woman.
Okay.
But it's like a man in a dress. And he's just like, yeah, people aren't going to go pay to see women. Like real women. And you're just like, okay, whatever.
Wow.
So you go chase this zebra, and it's a donkey. And donkeys can haul ass. Just so everyone knows, like, I almost gave up my horse for a donkey. Because they got stamina for days. The next mission, I'm pretty sure it's a tiger, where he's like, yeah, go get this. It's not a tiger. What the f is it? A panther. He says it's a panther. It's a dog. It's like a dog painted black. And you're just like, this is horse shit. And then he's like, yeah,
amazing.
and then
I wish I would have done this one.
Yeah, and then he's like, and then the final animal that I need you to go get for me is a lion.
Oh, I can't wait to hear what the lion is.
So you chase it down to Emerald Ranch, and like you hear they're just like, yeah, there's like some creature in the barn, and you're like, okay, and you go up, you push the door open, it's a legit lion.
Oh shit.
He's just like Arthur loses his mind. He's like, oh shit. And you freaking like unload on this freaking lion's face.
Oh,
and then you go back to this guy, and you're just like, it was a real effing lion.
Oh.
I love that story. I loved like the side mission with Mary.
Yeah, that was a good one.
There's one where there's this kid that steals a cross from a nun, and you have to chase the kid down. So
Well, that kid's going to hell.
yeah, and it's like a homeless kid.
Oh.
So the kid takes off. You chase after him, and then there's this man that grabs the kid and like throws him up against the wall, and is just like, "You little piece of shit," and like is ready to beat him up. And so you have to choose whether just to like let him beat the kid,
Yeah.
or you go and beat him. And so I chose to go beat him because I'm a good person like that.
Attaboy.
And so I take the cross back and I tell the kid, like,
You're going to hell, son, but...
Yeah, I'm like, hey,
It's
why
okay.
would you do that? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, these people can take care of you. So I bring the kid back to the nun. And, like, they have, like, this sit-down moment with the nun. And you bring everything back. And then you talk to the pastor about different stuff. But there's a moment where, like, with that side mission, because I know Bronson, when he was playing this, he didn't have this moment with the nun.
Is it the part at the train station?
Yeah.
See, I didn't have that either because
Yeah.
I never interacted with the nun.
Yeah.
So I got what's his he's part of the group. I forget his name. But the priest guy, whatever.
Oh, the father?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have hated that scene with him. But
It still worked, but I do like the nun one better.
It was more emotionally impactful with the nun, I feel.
I definitely agree.
And like, so he sits down and this nun is just basically telling him like what life is about. And it just adds such richness to the rest of the story. It makes you get attached to him more.
Yeah.
And there were some like side missions that were a little bit pointless. Like there's one where these brothers are in Valentine and they're trying to impress this woman.
Yeah. Shoot the bottle off my head. No, shoot it off my head.
Yeah, and you shoot off both of theirs. And apparently if you shoot either of them...
Yeah, you fail the mission.
Yeah, you fail the mission,
Yeah, I
which
tried.
sucks.
Yeah.
So you shoot the bottle and it's just like... in the end, it's a pointless mission.
Did you... Okay, really quickly. Did you ever do the one where you have to... You go to that brother and sister's house and basically, like...
Yep.
Yeah, the incest ones?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, that was something. I mean, thankfully you can get all your money back after they drug you and throw you out of there.
I didn't let them drug me.
Oh, you didn't?
Mm-mm.
What happens if you don't let them drug you? Because
They just let you leave.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, they don't do shit? Oh.
Yeah, they don't do shit.
Oh.
Um,
Damn it, you should have... Because you have no idea how good it felt once you break into their house. Freaking first headshotted the guy. And then I hogtied the girl, took her out to, I think just like a little way from her house, and then I headshotted her too.
So what I ended up doing is, after they were trying to drug me,
Yeah.
I went and got like a clear head again, and then I come freaking unload on Fatty, and then I hogtie the sister and take her to the pit.
Oh, okay.
And she like loses her mind, like straight up, and she like you can hear her. She's just like, "Oh, mama," like because you know that her parents are in there.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's freaking awesome. But I thought that there was like where they store your money. I know it's behind the painting.
Yeah.
You can't open it, and I know that there's like maybe like extra money in there.
Oh.
I'm not sure, but. Unless it's just, it only opens if your money's in there. I love finding different stuff like that.
It was cool.
I liked finding the meteor.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I actually did do that.
Yeah, so I found, the meteor where, like, the real strike happened. And then I saw where a mini one happened. And it was, like, landed through a cabin. And, like, it's freaking disgusting. What you find in there. I took a screenshot. I'll show you after we're done.
Okay.
So, like, exploration in this was great. Side missions were great. Yes, there were pointless ones, but it just adds to everything. So, for side quests, I'm probably going to give it... I want to give it a little higher than the main missions. Because
really?
Because like the thing about the main missions I didn't like was that they always ended in a firefight.
Fair.
The side missions, they didn't always end in a firefight. Like there were a couple where you have to go and kill people, but it just adds to the overall story. Like the nun, I freaking love that mission. And then there's the one where you meet the mountain man.
Oh, yeah.
And you have that whole thing, and you learn with him, and just all these different people that you meet and you interact with, and it just adds, like, so much to the overall game. It makes you appreciate it more.
So what are you at then?
I'm at like a 90 for the side quests.
I can give you 90.
Well, I'd hope so. You didn't do as many as me.
That's true. So yeah, basically, I shouldn't even be included in the score. This is all you.
All right, final one. The personal grade for this game.
Okay. Who wants to go first?
I think you'll go first.
Yes, sir.
Side quest.
Okay. So, this game is absolutely phenomenal, in my opinion. Great story, great characters. I started playing it again, and I'm having an even better time. I'm not ready to cry again, though. You know, my buddy JC, who I work with, he started playing it again, and he's just like, you know what? I stopped once we got to chapter 2, and then I just, I haven't done any new story missions. I just left Micah in jail, the whole gang's together. To me, this is the happy ending that we wanted. So, you know, I'm just going to stay, here.
Perfect.
Yeah, right. So, yeah, overall, Rockstar, I think, nailed this game so much, and I just love this game so much. I'm at a 90. I'm going to go a 96.
96.
Yes.
That's actually, I might be like a 97. I mean,
Really?
I love this game. Loved it. I haven't gone back to like replay it, but
Do it.
I love, like, it's just because it took such an emotional toll on me.
Yeah.
And I'm sad that I lost my horse. Rest in peace, Stormcloud.
Rest in peace, Abigail.
She was the best horse. She was freaking killer. Like, always listened. Like, loved her. And, like, I always took care of my horse, too. Like, always. Anytime we were in, like, Saint Denis, I stopped at the stables and, like, basically gave her a spa day.
That's so sweet of you.
Yeah, loved my horse. Loved our getting to know Arthur and the crew. I mean, I ended up hating Micah and like Dutch and like some of the other asshole members of the crew,
But you honestly have to for the first game.
You do,
sense.
yes, absolutely. And I like that stuff. I can. It's the point.
Yeah.
Like that's just what it comes down to. It's the point. But yeah, everything about this game was just great. Exploration was phenomenal. Hunting, I loved hunting. There wasn't any of like the side stuff other than like that would bring down my my honor.
Yeah.
Like I never did like the bandit missions or the challenges. I loved like finding like different creatures.
That was cool.
And I still haven't found like all of them yet. So that's something I'm probably going to like try and do from time to time is go and like just hunt basically for these creatures. But yeah, everything about this game was just phenomenal. I loved every second that I played.
It's so great. And you know what? I'm going to match your 97. You talked me up.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sweet. All right. So that's the final category that we are going to fit into this. And that brings Red Dead Redemption 2 to A-.
Woo!
Hell yeah. Sitting at a very solid 90%.
Hell yeah. Deserves it.
Very much deserves it. This is a great game. We cannot recommend this game enough.
If you haven't played this game yet, what's wrong with you? That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Hey, what did we give Spider-Man?
We didn't do this system on Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah. That is like so far away now.
Yeah, that was 50 episodes ago.
Wow. Okay, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So like I said, we're going to do these video game breakdowns. We're going to try and do them every 50 episodes. So the next one, at 150 episodes, we're going to do Marvel's Avengers.
Yes.
Which comes out in May, but we should still have enough time to
we should be fine.
beat it.
Yeah.
Because we're freaking addicts. So yeah. So if you like this episode, want to hear more of our stuff, you can subscribe to us on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, iHeart Radio, RadioPublic, or Spotify. You can also check out all of our content on YouTube. We have a new video out if you guys haven't checked it out, so head over that way. And new videos should be heading your way short-ish? Shortly-ish?
I love the assurance in your voice. Shortish?
You can also follow us on social media. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/theallbros. We are on Twitter and Instagram at theallbros. If you have a movie you want us to break down, a showdown idea, want to give us a topic to do a Dreamcast on, you can email us at theallbroschannel@gmail.com. Hit us up on any of our social media. Or there's a form you can fill out that basically is just recommending stuff on our website, which is tinyurl.com/theallbros. And we would love to hear from you guys.
Yes, we would.
We have a few ideas for what we are wanting to do next week. We're not going to list them. It's either going to be a Dreamcast episode or it will be a Showdown episode.
Yeah,
depending on how things go.
Yeah, but it's kind of a surprise.
Maybe. It's not really a surprise. We just need to confirm with some... We need to just do some checking.
I still consider it a surprise.
But yeah, well, I mean, before we officially sign off, we just wanted to thank everyone who has participated or has done an episode with us, anyone who's listened, anyone who's liked any of our stuff, commented on our question of the week, basically interacted with us in any way, shape, or form. Thank you for helping us get to 100 episodes.
Yes, thank you so much.
And we apologize for the second 2.5 hour.
Hey, but it's
in a row.
episode 100, so it's okay.
It is.
But
it is okay.
Caleb said we thank you so much, and here's to another 200.
Another 200.
Or here's to when we get to 200. But sure, let's shoot for another 200.
We first need to get to 200 to get to another 200.
True. I don't know why I paused for so long.
Yeah.
My brain's like right now.
Yeah, so thank you to everyone who has helped us out.
Thank you so much. We love you all.
Yeah. So just to shout out all of our guests in the past, if you're listening to this on the day that it comes out, this comes out at 6 a.m. At noon, we're going to have a post for our final guest, our most recent guest. But we want to thank Crash over at Crash and Taz's Movie Cellar. We want to thank Danny and Caitlin over at Beef Skanks, the podcast where they talk about Sex and the City.
Yep.
And
Caleb's
make grown men watch.
Caleb's going to deny it, but it's his new favorite show.
Screw you. We want to thank Sammy and Tom for having joined us. We want to thank Shit Happens When You Party Naked. Oh, did I miss someone? Oh, freaking hell, yeah, I did.
Yeah, come on, man.
We also want to thank Whitney Oppenheisen for joining us. Shit Happens When You Party Naked. Thank you. And finally, thank you, Friday Night Movies, for joining us. We could not have gotten here without you guys.
We could not have, so thank you so much.
We appreciate the hell out of you.
We
and
do.
Cannot wait to do more episodes with you.
Woo!
All right, well, until next week, this has been the All Bros Podcast, episode 100. I'm Caleb.
And I'm Jonathan.
I'll catch you guys next time. Deuces.
So long. It gets worse every week.
Dude, what the fuck was that?
Way to end episode 100. What's wrong with me?
Gosh damn it! We were off to like, we were ending it on top, and then you just bring us down to the middle again with freaking whatever the hell that was.
I don't know what that was. I really don't. I gotta like try a different voice. I'm gonna try one next week.
Okay.
Try to do a different Family Guy voice. I'm doing it.
Oh jeez.